All right, we got freaky ass roommate.
I would have been incredibly happy never telling this story, but at the same time, it's one of my favorites because it comes with a lot of morals. Last story time I made, people kept calling it fake even though I put a lot of video and picture evidence in the story. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, well, I can never tell this one. But at the same time, I'm like, fucking, well, shit, if you can tell a story and put evidence in it and people still call it fake, then there's literally no point in holding back.
I'm curious
so I'll tell
now.
This story. Enjoy. All of the previous roommates I'd had in my apartment moved out. Some of them couldn't afford to live there. Some of their boyfriends didn't like the fact that they had a guy for a roommate. Some of them, I can't really say why because it's not my story to tell. And don't get me wrong, I genuinely thought most of these people were cool in their own individual ways.
Okay.
So of course I wished them the best and told them we would always be friends.
We have not X.
I was at my limit with some of these people.
Why?
Like I said, most of them were really cool at the end of the day, but there were some huge problems that I can realistically say I am not going to miss. Such as having people routinely crash out on me because it's their period and for some reason that gives them the right to be an asshole. Weekly and sometimes bi-weekly drug-induced anxiety attacks. Beefing with their boyfriends because they for some delusional reason think that I want their girls. So like I said,
Bro, if you got a girl as your roommate and say that girl has a boyfriend, right? If I wanted to crack her, I would. Trust me, brother, I would. I'm doing you a favor by not doing nothing, if we being real. So pipe down, little bro. Pipe down.
awesome group of people, but even awesome people have problems that make them, like, extremely not fucking awesome to be around. I do kind of miss them sometimes, though. I really wonder what they're up to. I don't know. Maybe if things went a little differently, then we could... What the hell was that? One thing that sucks about living alone is there is literally no one to blame all the random noises you hear around your house on. I developed this habit of getting up and leaving the room I was in because I was certain somebody was spying on me. I started unlocking a lot of fears about being in my room animating. Because with me being the only person here, the only person somebody could hurt if they got in here
is me.
Give me your ass, nigga. Nigga, you see me looking at you, nigga. Give me your ass.
Oh my!
And like I said, I still like living alone, but there was just some things that were not worth it.
Nah.
Like the rent is so much more expensive when it's just you paying for it versus you and 3 other people paying for it. It was almost like $2,000 a month. Not to mention at that point, the price of almost everything was going up. I was dangerously close to giving head for a carton of eggs, bro.
Oh my God.
So after
Nah, bro, I'm from Michigan.
a while thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I guess I've had my fun. It's time we get some roommates to fill all these empty rooms. But I didn't want just anybody in here. It was important to me that I maintain my peace this time.
Some solid people.
So I started scheduling some interviews to look for possible roommates. Out of all the interviews I had, there were 3 people that stood out to me. Fiona, Michael, and Kimmy. And also this other dude that I used to hang out with, but he lost his phone and went AFK right before the interviews.
Dang.
The person I really wanted though was Kimmy. We had known each other for almost a year at that point, and she was also looking to move out of her parents' place. But due to what I can only imagine is the way that I look, going against their traditional Asian values, they did not want her moving in with me. It actually escalated and they ended up calling. And even though she couldn't live there, she would come to visit me like almost every single day, which, in my opinion, makes it like she actually does live there, so I don't really know what her parents were going for. But Fiona and Michael seem like cool people, so the last thing left for them to do was to sign the contract. After that, we shook hands and... that does not look like you're shaking my hand, bro. Come on. For a while, they never really struck me as weird people while they were living there. I always spent most of the day animating. Usually around the time that I wanted to call it quits, Mike would come home from his job with a 6-pack. Fiona was always a different case though. She loved to talk and I always thought that was really cool about her, but every now and then she would say some very not PG-13 stuff in the conversation. What? And me, with the sense of humor that I have, I always thought the shit was hilarious. But Kimmy, on the other hand, did not find it to be the most
gang wasn't rocking with that at all.
I mean, I didn't really care, bro. As long as they were paying their rent, I didn't have any problems with them. Like I said earlier, I'm usually at home animating. One day, I'm sitting at home wrapping up this absolute fucking masterpiece, bro. I got my headphones in, just kind of tuning out the world, but in the corner of my vision, I can see Michael and Fiona arguing about something. But I'm right towards the end of finishing the video, so I don't really care that much. But through my headphones, I can pick up some noticeable buzzwords such as girlfriend and f***ing. So I'm like, okay, let me remove my headphones and pay attention to the conversation that's happening in front of me. And I've been trying to be a little bit more sensitive with my stories. This is a gross fucking topic, but the YouTube friendly version of it is Mike was in his room with his girlfriend. Along comes Fiona. Mike, his girlfriend, and Fiona are hanging out. After a little bit of time passes, Mike and his girlfriend start to get a little bit more intimate. Fiona doesn't leave, and for some fucking reason, Mike doesn't tell her to leave. So she just watches them from start to finish. This was—
Bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. There's no way Shorty got hotel cuck cheered. What? No, in that situation, you just get up to leave. Cause why wouldn't you? Cause at that point, you wanted to watch. Hold on, let me find out she mad at bro because he was cracking his girl in his room and she... Okay, I gotta hear the logic on this.
This was the dumbest ever chain of events that anybody has ever told me happened because all of it seemed very easily preventable. So when they tell me what happened, I'm like, haha, you guys had me going. I actually thought you guys were seriously arguing.
And they are. They're just crickets.
You guys are kidding, right?
No, we're dead ass.
But when I found out they were serious, that shit really pissed me off. Because I've been in situations where people live together and they confuse those freedoms of living together with also thinking they should do other things together. And by the end of it, everybody has a delusional idea about what went down, why it went down, who wanted who, and who wanted what. And if you cannot safely live with somebody without crossing those boundaries, and once you two decide to take that step across that boundary, you're arguing about it later instead of taking responsibility for your part in it, you clearly weren't smart enough to make that decision.
Wait. Am I missing something? Did she join in? Cause he talking about crossing boundaries. I'm thinking he just hit his girlfriend, well, cracked his girlfriend, and she was in the room, but like, did she like join? Yeah, that'll be wicked if so. That'll be wild.
In the first place, Fiona, you should have left. Michael, you should have told her to leave. Neither of you guys did what you were supposed to do in that situation, so neither one of you is more the good guy and neither one of you is more the bad guy. Stop arguing about it and grow the f up. The craziest part is, from what I noticed, despite both of them having this argument previously, she still hung out around him religiously, like every fucking day, every second of the day. Besides that, did not even remotely seem like Michael's girlfriend liked Fiona. And I can't speak on their relationship because I'm not in it. Trust me, I understand that, but from the outside looking in, it seemed like one of those do whatever the f I say or you won't be my girlfriend by tomorrow type deals. And there's a lot more to it than that, but that's not my story to tell. I did not want there to be any more relationship drama where I lived. One day, me and Kimmy are texting each other and we're furious because she thinks that the MCU Hulk is better. I'm an actual smart person, so I think that the early 2000s Hulk is better. She's like, all right, you know what? F you, I'm coming over right now. We're gonna watch this early 2000s movie, and if it sucks, we're fighting. She comes over, we're on the bed sitting down before we actually start watching the movie, and in the middle of talking, she just kind of stops and makes a face.
Why?
First, I don't know what's wrong with her, but then I start making the same face. Because we both hear these really weird screaming noises that are coming from the next room over from us. We both just laugh it off and keep trying to talk over it, but it is not working because it literally sounds like somebody is dying in the most dramatic.
Somebody over there getting put through the mattress. Somebody getting put through the mattress. And I don't think it's Mike's girlfriend. I don't think it's Mike's girlfriend, y'all. I think it's Fiona. I really think it's Fiona. I've never been in that situation personally where I've been like that close to hear somebody. Have I? Maybe like in passing, but like in an actual apartment or something, like in the same room, no. But that'd be so awkward. Just imagine, like, whether it be your man's or like your homegirl or something like that, they in the next room just like how do you even play that off? Like super thin walls in an apartment? Yeah, I don't know, gang.
Way possible. After some time passes, I get a little worried, so I just give her the bowl of popcorn.
Dooney Land is crazy.
I'm like, I'm sorry, one of my roommates must be playing like a game or something right now. I'll go tell him to keep it down. I walk out of my room, into the main hallway, and when I do, I see that Fiona's door is open. I go up to the door to ask her if she's okay, and dude, I'm gonna put it like this, but take it how you will. When you are doing what she was doing, your door should not be wide open, and you should not be that loud. That's all. So I close her door to give her some privacy.
Bro, she was playing DJ. She was literally playing DJ. The first thing you gotta do is close the door. Give me heat and cold over earth and air.
See, doing that kind of stuff with your door open is disgusting.
Wow.
That was honestly my last straw with these people. It was going to suck having to pay almost $2,000 by myself for rent, but you know what? It's better that that fucking happens than for me to have my female friend be subject to this kind of stuff every time she comes over here. So you know what I did? Bro, we can't just talk about this? Oh, sure you can. All right, man, so where I'm coming at it from is I think
damn,
just like that, the place was back to being quiet. But it was a different kind of quiet. Because at least this time I learned for sure it's better to be happy by yourself than be miserable in a room full of people. Also, I learned that Kimmy's usually right about this kind of shit.
I'm still on their head with my foot on their neck.
Hey. W video.